Pound your chest and threaten the sun. See if it blinks. See if it even notices. When expeditions from Western countries visit our mountain, we do what we can to make them feel brave. We teach our young to gasp at their armor, to touch their biceps with reverence, to stare at their weapons and fair hair as if such things were beyond our comprehension. It's a simple transaction. They trade goods and coin for our hospitality. So we treat them like half-crazed conquerors of holy terrors. Not overgrown children, too proud to listen to plain sense. If what they want from us simple native folk of the village, who survive and thrive, and do our best not to condescend to the empty ones, from wealthy lands where gods are unseen things, just matters of books and stories, not wonders real and vital as the sea. Of course, the sea is not a plaything either. Neither is the serpent. The group that arrived last night tinkled with tiny bells as they walked. 24 men in mirrored breastplates carrying ornate swords with no signs of use or wear. They were proud and sunburnt, stinking of sweat and tobacco. Their standard bearer pointed and swayed in the heat beneath a black banner crowned with embroidered silver flowers I did not recognize. Their leader spoke in proclamations.
We will have food and fresh water now.
We made his proclamations a reality and let his servants pay us out of sight, preserving his fantasy. This group is typical. We show them the path through the jungle because it is not a secret. We describe the mountain and the ways that lead below because they're not a secret. We ask them not to go because we are not cruel. They go anyway. If you're thinking we should do more to protect these fools, well, I sympathize with your point of view. Know that we have tried. I have tried. I remember one night at Mergu's Inn that I shared a drink with a round, good-natured man with a gray braided beard and a swollen pink nose. What is it that you hope to achieve here? I asked him. Tell me what you expect to win. He looked at me with a kind, patronizing expression that I've come to know as well as I know my own daughter's face.
That thing in the mountain is no god.
All right, I said to him. I don't require you to believe as I do.
It's a monster, a dragon. I will sail home with its skull as a trophy for my home and my lord. You and your village will be safer for it.
Well, what if I told you I have seen it? This thing you call a monster. What if I told you there is no dragon? If I told you its least tooth is larger than your ship? That its body coils down into the heart of the world, and its feathers shine like a cloudless sky, even in the dark beneath the mountain. That right now, in its deep and ancient sleep, it can still see and hear you where you sit, and understand your thoughts better than you yourself understand them. The man chuckled and took another drink, rivers of liquor sparkling in his beard.
You make your priest proud, my articulate friend. But even if it knows we're coming, it can't hope to survive. How could it prepare for us, We'll drag cannons through the forsaken jungle if we have to. Its death is a foregone conclusion, my little host.
I pressed on with him. There is no outcome here but retreat or death. Simply go and touch the mountainside as we do, and you will see a vision of the serpent, a vision you can mercifully understand and contain. We'll praise your sense and bravery. If you insist on seeing more, then at least prepare. Stay and train with our holy women to endure what you hope to see. Don't do this thing. Live to return with a tale to tell. You need no trophy beyond your knowledge and what you gain from it. I'm certain this story alone will bring you renown. It was not a hard speech to make. I have made it before. Many of us have made it before. And as much as we hated that any story had gone abroad to bring such men here, we would have honored my advice. The man smiled kindly and gave my shoulder a squeeze.
You are generous to worry so, but your God is not my God and will have no such power over me.
I wanted to shake him, to scream at him, to tell him that this was no matter of faith or philosophy. This was walking into fire and thinking that pure belief would keep you from burning. I did and said no such things. I thanked him for his company and went to bed. The next evening, I watched the last survivor of his party stagger back into the village. With prismatic eyes and slack jaws. Moments later, he died of what we call the all sickness. And his body flickered out of existence like a flash of fish scales beneath the water. I have had many such conversations and witnessed many such aftermaths. Perhaps you think we should hide what we know, protect them with our silence. If you believe that, then you don't know these visitors like I do. The wealthy believe they own everything to one degree or another, including our knowledge, our lives, and our homes. When the water rises, you build a boat or a dike. My people are sailors. We do not build fortifications against the sea. We ride on top of it. Don't think we haven't tried both options and learned from our mistakes. We can have their swords or their coin before they go to the mountain. We choose the coin. In the morning, I watched the Black Banner Party consult with our guides and disappear into the trees, their bells tinkling. They carry equipment I've never seen before. Metal casts and short, stocky handheld cannons. This sight makes me cold. I do not fear for the serpent, but I fear for the rest of us. I fear what those men and their new weapons represent. If I tell a man he can't harm the sun, but he burns the world in his attempt, what comfort can I take in being correct? Men like these visitors see any prohibition as a threat to their liberty. It's a kind of sickness. They make freedom into a ravenous god. They feed it wealth and flesh and lives. But there is no talk of satiation. Their freedom is hunger for hunger's sake. Consumption, not nourishment, is the soul of their starving religions. The standard bearer sulks out of the jungle, crestfallen. Black banner slung over his shoulder like a fishing pole. They sent him back to stay with the ship and keep an eye on the sinister natives. In a day or 10, he will accept that his party is lost. I look after my people's safety and it will be a mercy to me if he feels honor-bound to go beneath the mountain in search of his countrymen. If not, he will rant and rave and demand as we march on our own sacred mountain in solidarity with the fools we try to spare. He cannot sail home alone. One of us, usually me, will then have to do the merciful thing and open his throat. We'll sail their tall ship out and give it to a strong current, then canoe back to shore. There will be no evidence of their time here, no patterns. They never arrived. There is nothing to avenge, no reason to send an army, no reason to annex our small village and declare us part of some empire. Just tall tales and unconfirmed rumors. We are not cruel, but nor are we children. I nod at the standard bearer as he passes, and he gives me a gap-toothed smile. He can't be more than 14 years old. If any of these men would stop to learn from us, we would teach them that the serpent sleeps out of kindness. It is not inherently good. Inherently good things deserve little praise for following their natures. The serpent hungers for meat. It aches to break mountains and drink oceans. But it sleeps. It is not tired, nor content, nor comfortable, but it sleeps. It sleeps because its wisdom declares that empathy is the only virtue that means anything. The only virtue worthy of praise. So I let myself feel the pain of the standard bearer's smile. I feel it like watching my own children shiver with fever. I feel it like a rotten tooth pounding out agony with the beat of my heart. I feel it, and my conscience begs to let his looming death at the feet of the Conqueror Sickness. But I will own the blame for as long as I can bear it.